remember what we said on Monday, that gratitude and the act of gratitude, that is an action word. So I want you guys to look at yourself when you say, yeah, I'm super, super grateful. How would people know, right? Like, how would people know? Like, if you ask your significance, if you ask the people in your world, like, how am I showing up and how am I expressing and displaying gratitude towards you? How would they know? And I think it's super, super important. I'm cognizant of this, and there was times in my life where I wasn't. I would throw around the word loosely, and I really, really wasn't truly, truly living in gratitude. So remember that gratitude is an action word. I'm very excited about today, what's going to happen today, the thoughts, the stream of consciousness, and the pure excitement and fun that we're going to have today because Jesse Peters is here. But we'll get to Jesse in just a moment or so. But before we get rolling, in true fast form, I want to have somebody bring us out on the field, bring us out on the tunnel. So I'm going to go over to our very own Maria Dominguez. She always has her camera on. And mind you, I only count on people or call on people that have their camera on. So Maria, up in Sacramento, always bringing the heat, always bringing the energy, always bringing the vibe. Miss Maria Dominguez, I'd like to see you in your own space. Now I know you're home sitting. So hit us with it, Maria. Bring us out on the field on this beautiful, beautiful Monday or morning.
Wednesday, darling, Wednesday. Well, good morning, everyone. It's so awesome to see all of you. Right now, we're at a number of 76 participants. Like Elias said, it's all about gratitude. So today, I'm going to just say this. You woke up this morning. Be thankful that you got up this morning. That means you have another opportunity to make a difference in your life, your family's lives, and your community, and everywhere else. So when we talk about thankfulness and gratitude, I mean, literally walk in thankfulness, right? I am appreciative of Elias. I'm appreciative and so thankful for Team Fast because they got me out of my cocoon. Not that I was really in a cocoon, but you know what I'm saying. Because it reignited my desire and my love for this business. So today, as you go out into the world, I would like to see people come from a place of thankfulness. Thank the person that just served you a cup of coffee. Thank the person that maybe held the door open for you. Thank your family. Thank your kids, especially today. Thank your children that you can just hug them a little bit longer, love on them a little bit more, and just go out in the world and come from a place I'm getting ready to cry. Come from a place of true gratitude that you are alive one more day to make a difference in someone's life, and of course, in your own. But come from a place today of being truly grateful that you were born and put on this earth for a reason, and go show the world the reason. Come on, y'all. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace.
I love it. I never know what you guys are going to say, but you know, a couple of things that you said is that you said today. And it sucks that we keep on having to experience this and talk about today and talk about what's going on. But I appreciate you saying that. And yeah, like I said last week, you guys just call somebody, right? My mom, if she doesn't hear from me for 3 days, she's so worried. So call somebody and just tell them how thankful you are to have them in your life. Just let somebody know that you love them. Give somebody a hug that maybe you haven't hugged in a while, and make sure that they feel that, you guys, because it is important. And so, Maria, I appreciate you putting us in a state. So you guys, it's hard to shift gears from that, but we are going to shift gears. I wanted to share some thoughts with you guys. And this conversation today is all going to be about your personal brand, how to build content, how to stand out. And I want to share some thoughts with you. California Association of Realtors estimates over 3 million active real estate licensees in the United States of America. There's over 212,000 licensees in the state of California alone, right? So knowing this number, knowing that there's 8 billion people on planet Earth and the number is rapidly growing, how are you standing out in a sea of sameness? When people ask, well, what do I post? What do I do? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I wrote a couple notes here. It says, how do you separate yourself? The only way, and it's really this simple, out of 8 million or 8 billion people on Earth, is to simply be you. And I say that in the most rawest form here. Let me share some of my thoughts and some of my energy before we get to our special guest of the morning. Your personality, your experience, your emotion, your quirks, your vulnerability, your humor, your vantage point and how you see the world, your opinions, the way that you deal with humans, your own personal message, that is how you separate yourself from anybody else out in the world. Because I'll tell you what, there's only fucking one Andrea Lamadora. There's only one Kevin Magna on this earth. There's only one Aaliyah Fahey on this earth. So when people get trapped in what do I do? What do I say? Walk in your own purpose. And I say this and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. That's why I wanted to have Jesse Peters on today. I didn't know who Jesse Peters was. Jesse Peters came to us in a foundation and preparation session last year. He was on the screen all the way from Canada, talked to us. It was literally about 30 minutes, talked about the triangle of trust. And we'll talk about that in just a couple minutes, and I'll give him the mic. And then I had the fortunate opportunity to meet him in San Diego. It was like instant brotherhood. We got necklaces. Mine has the peanut butter, his has the jelly. And we made this bromance like instantly. But that's why I love going to these events, because not only am I learning, I'm meeting people that I feel I'm going to have a long-standing relationship with. So I'm very excited to have Mr. Social Savvy on today. He's going to share with you what's working for him. He's going to share with you the triangle of trust. He's going to share with you, how to build original content. And so, Jesse, my man, my brother, all the way from Winnipeg, Canada, I'm stoked to have you on. So, Jesse, say what's up to Team Fast, my brother. Nice to have you here.
What's up, Team Fast? Oh my goodness, the energy. I just feel the abundance of it flowing through the Zoom. You guys have somehow figured out how to weave that energy through the interwebs and just embrace it. And there's definitely a lot that I can resonate with there. Starting the days off with a smile, with thankfulness. Just blessed to have the opportunity to just be alive, actually. And the stuff that kind of motivates me, and you'll hear a bit more, is like, well, I could die today. So what am I leaving behind? Physically, spiritually, energy, my imprint on society and all the micro levels within that. And that's something that's kind of that I've evolved into, and I think we can all probably resonate there. I know Elias, and I have had some pretty good conversations about just growth, where we were in our 20s to late 20s to 30s to mid 30s to parents, the kids. I think we can all feel that. And I think if you allow yourself the opportunity and to understand that growth happens as part of being human, the goodness happens, right? But you got to open up and you got to challenge yourself to growth. You got to challenge yourself to change. You got to challenge yourself to be appreciative of the moment you're in right now. And that's really when the magic begins to happen. So,
so let me ask you a quick question before we started, Jesse. Like, how did that all come about? Because obviously we talk about growing. There was a time where I was in my 20s. I like to drink whiskey. I like to smoke cigarettes. I like to party. I like to not give a fuck. Like, when did that change for you, man? When these things started to become important?
Dude, I think we're cut from the same cloth, man. There was a lot of my 20s, bartending, serving, drinking, partying, just thinking about number one, right? I think probably a lot of us, have been in similar situations. And for me, things really began to change mentally when I got married, B, I started to have a kid, C, understanding that there were certain substances, I'll call it alcohol, in my life that was affecting my mental mindset, my soul. I don't drink anymore, 8 years sobriety here. So that level of, thank you, 8 years just this recent March, that understanding of, if I need to make changes to keep what I have and allow myself the opportunity to keep living on a day-to-day, I need to put the work into myself. And that was something that my resources and programs helped me through, and getting those tools. And now those tools that I've learned to learn how to deal with life on life's terms have unlocked so much goodness, so much light, and it is flowing more regularly into everyone's life around me. And I really think when you can put the work into your soul and your own foundation, then you start to see it pay off in your business, in your personal life, in your community, on the extras. So it's, you know, whether or not you know, you have had a path dealing something similar or not. I really think just understanding that putting some work into yourself will help your mind, body, and soul. So that's kind of, you know, the unveiling of Jesse 2.0 and where I am today is because of that.
We heard in a conference the other day that the very first board meeting that you need to have is with yourself. And you need to just sit down and really unpack everything. And you need to do a needs assessment. You need to uncover what's going on and have that meeting with yourself. Because I think we've all been challenged with this at one time in our career. And I think when you're in alignment with who you are as a person, then you're even better for those outside. So Jesse, I'm stoked, man. Let me give you share screen right. So if you wanted to share anything today, and we'll get right into stuff. And we have the whole hour, my man. So I'm looking forward to this. And then hopefully there's a little bit of time for some Q&A afterwards.
Okay, wicked. So what we're gonna do here? I've got some slides. We're gonna kind of ad lib a little bit. I got a background in improv.
Hold on, wait. Was that word wicked?
Wicked.
Hey, my boy's wicked smart here, so I cannot
wicked
wait.
Smart boy.
And my boy's wicked
smart. Ask for the jacket. I got more runs than I said. Fuck it.
All right, bro. So
I know you're all bobbing and weaving with me right now. So not gonna lie, folks, I am a realtor. I show homes, I sell homes, and in an hour I gotta be at a showing. So we're gonna move through about half an hour of slides and chit chat and have a lot of fun. And hopefully we get an opportunity to open up some relationships here, whether it's in the DMs or whatnot. Just know that I'm easily accessible, but I also work just like you guys. So making those calls, getting out in the community, and helping serve. So let's jump into share screen. We'll go to desktop, share. Cool. We're gonna go here, present. Boom. Let's have some fun. There we go. I'm gonna kind of do that. So yeah, everyone can see full screen. Everyone's good. Okay, sweet. So gang, that's what's up. That's me. That's Jesse. That's Jesse in Winterpeg. I often love using this image because everyone's like, "Oh, you're from Canada. Do you live with polar bears?" Yes, I do. I have a pet polar bear. This winter it was extremely, extremely cold. And I would say minus 45 degrees Celsius. And we had about 6 months of winter. It was fucking insane. And I'm going to use the F word because I heard Elias use it already. So dropping real moments. So, but just so everybody knows, this is where Winnipeg is. Okay. It's right in the center of North America. We are nowhere near Toronto. So don't call me up and say, "Hey, you know my buddy Joe from Toronto?" I don't. That's a 23-hour drive. And if you can see my cursor move across over the mountains into British Columbia, that's where Vancouver is. So if you ask me, "Hey, do you know my buddy Tino from Vancouver?" I don't. It's big, but this entire country has a population of what lives in California. So just want to let you know, that's what's up. I live on the island of the prairies here. That's the name of the game. But I embrace all 4 seasons and I love winter. Oh, my button's sticking here. Next. Uh-oh. Come on, next screen. Oh, I need to move you guys there. Let's
literally when I met Jesse, he was in shorts for the first time in many months.
In February,
Went back to literally weather just like that.
Yeah, like someone. Oh, why am I auto playing? Sorry, gang. Oh, rookie.
Hey, listen, we didn't call him Mr. Tech Savvy. Okay, we called him Mr. Social Savvy. So
usually I have a remote and someone else does that on stage. Been a minute. So here we go. I'll just use clicker here. So this is me. Okay. I'm 42 years old, turning 43, born in 79. I'm a Leo. I'm a dad of 2 awesome kids. I happen to be a realtor, but I think my soul is as a content or a creator and a human connector. connecting people with homes, connecting people with friendships, connecting people with communities, all that jazz. A little bit of a Harry Potter fanboy, and this is how we do family photos. We are themed up. So this year I was Hagrid. Just if you can't figure that out, that's me over there. So let's go to the next slide here. So this is my team. I'm on a team of 2 right now. We've had some changes over the last couple of years, pandemic wise. We're the Social Savvy Squad. This is my partner Addison, and just kind of proof is in the pudding. We do a lot of stuff. We were number 3 in Canada with Remax for small teams with transactions closed. That's over 175 deals on MLS closed. We also do off-market deals. So that was kind of bananas. We did that all in a pandemic. I've lost some hair probably over it, but it was good. Doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. We'll get some pieces in play, but there's proof in the pudding. But this is actually how Addison and I roll. We don't really wear, we got our little assistants. They're from the North Pole. That's Mikey and Tony. They carry us pretty easily. But this is good. This is a squad. So we try to be as authentic and genuine as possible because we love what we do. Now, social savvy, you've heard the terms coined, social savvy. What the heck is social savvy? You're probably wondering. Well, let's take the definitions. Social, liking to be with and talk to people. Happy to be with people, right? It's really interesting when I looked up this terminology. Nowhere did it talk about anything social media. The first line was liking to be with people, happy to be with people. And then savvy, having a practical understanding or knowledge of something. So with myself, before I got into real estate, and by the way, I'm a first generation realtor. I didn't have any, spoon fed, sphere of influence, past clients handed off to me. So I'm a hustler, just like all of you here. But before I came into real estate, I was in the marketing and advertising industry. So understanding social media early on was kind of my niche, and I loved it. And so I utilized the term social and savvy in a couple different ways. Guess who likes to talk and be with people? I get energy from people, and I'm savvy and I'm good at it, but I also understand social media and I'm savvy with it. So that's my moniker. By the way, that is a registered trademark, social savvy, socially sold, social savvy squad. Just thought I'd throw that out there, folks. I got my bots patrolling everything. So So what I'm going to talk to you a little bit about here is my personal branding video journey, where you'll see my authentic self kind of grow and develop. And what I'm going to share with you today is a mindset that'll help unlock and maybe take those roadblocks away and turn them more into speed bumps, or to have a different perspective on how to create content. I'm going to give you 4 or 5 different immediate takeaways with how you can utilize the power of video to connect on a few different levels. And we'll talk a little bit about legacy and what we're leaving behind. So right off the hop.
Were we supposed to have sound?
I think you should.
We don't. Unmute that video.
How do I do that?
Just play it one more time.
It's really low, by the way. Just wait. Okay, so we've got another video rolling up here. So this here was chapter 1, Jesse. Okay, this was circa 2013. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm in the real estate industry with a majority of people who have 20, 25 years, who are buying billboards, bus benches, flyering. I had no money to do anything except buy an iPad and get a free domain site. And I was like, so I gotta wow people when they come to my site. So I figured out how to put a video. I was like, hey, what if talking Jesse can be right there? A surprise and delight moment, right? And so what I did, this was recorded on an iPad, leaned against a stack of textbooks with a script on notepads. It took me 93 times to do this. I was like, shoot me, like all afternoon. I still get the sweats when I think about this. And that was before Jesse could even grow facial hair. That's hilarious. Holy crow. Right. But here's the thing. The audio was also terrible on it, which is maybe why you can't hear it, but I did it. I had an idea and I acted on it. And that's what this is all about, having the ideas and acting on it. And so we're going to go to this next slide here. Oh gosh, come on buttons. You're sticking on me. So I had an early on idea when I got my first listing. What am I going to do that can be different, right? More than just photos, more than just a fancy write-up or high gloss brochures, right? I had an idea where I wanted to take, collab or blend together, inspired by MTV Cribs. Yes, we can all probably relate to that. And HGTV, like HGTV was kind of like newer. We didn't have all the shows and all the channels, but we all just watched like Just Listed, right? So how can I do this? And I want to be like Guy Fieri, the food guy, showing you the house, seeing what's going on. So I met with my wedding videographer, said, I got an idea. He slammed a couple beers and said, okay, I can do that. So here we are. And this was the first ever listing video that we shot. Come on, button. That's not the first listing video. Here it is.
How do we, you're muted still.
There's a button at the
Hang
bottom
on.
of the share screen
Just wait.
to enable sound.
What's that?
When you go to share your video, there's a box in the bottom of the screen that says enable sound.
You know what it is?
video.
I think if you disconnect your headphones and actually use the speakers from your computer, it'll work.
Okay, stand
I
by,
think
gang.
it's because you got your earbuds in.
Okay, give me a second. Give me a second, guys.
It's all right if you change your settings to your computer speak. Just press play. It should work.
And Jesse, even if it doesn't play, you can share this later with me and I can share it with the team. Either way. All right, let me let a few more people in. All right, thanks for your patience, you guys. Appreciate it.
When you go to share the screen, there's a box at the bottom that says click here to enable sound for video. It's a little small checkbox when you go to share your screen.
And Jesse, even if it doesn't work out, it's all good, bro.
Okay, let me just jump back here. There's a checkbox, open presenter view. Okay, let's just see here.
Welcome to Unit 3, 225.
Are we good?
Yeah. Yeah. All you had to do is just disconnect from the earbuds.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Jesse. First video ever, 33 takes. And like, I'm not even going to show you what the video inside looked like because my videographer didn't even have a gimbal then. We're like, oh, it's like a roller coaster. But here's the thing, 2013, it's 2022, 9 years later, I'm still creating.
You want to hunt for a home this fall and are looking for the perfect location? Well, guess what?
Turn your video up a little bit for your sound.
It's location out of the park. You want to learn more? You better keep watching. Come on in and welcome to 7 Timbercrest Court, where I hope you are smiling just like me. And guess what? The tour hasn't even started yet. So let's remember, we were talking about location, and we're going to do this from a micro to a macro level. And so let's start with location of where your everyday living could be. And as I walk you through this tour, does this location look awesome? Are you looking for a living, dining, kitchen area that is open, that can allow you to see the kids, the grandparents?
So there's Jess, right? That's circa 2021, like the fall. We've done like, I don't know, 27 more of them this year. This is one of my favorite ones, right? I got a fresh haircut, feeling pretty good. Can everyone hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up?
Yeah, loud and clear.
That video worked?
Yeah,
Okay,
the video
cool.
worked. The sound was great.
Okay, sweet. But here's the thing, I've stayed consistent with it and I've grown from chapter 1 to chapter 20. I've done the ABCs to elemental P, right? And the value is here where I take my clients' advertising and I build my personal branding in that video. And the mindset there is so people can hear the words I say, hear my excitement. I'm having conversations with them about the lifestyle, not talking about the granite countertops, the triple pane windows. Big deal. They can read about that. They can see it, right? How are you going to get them in, right? And so when you can blend those two together, that's when the gold keeps happening. And that's when the conversations keep coming, right? These videos go farther than a billboard on the, what is it? The PCH, is that what it's called? Pacific Coast Highway, is that what it is? I don't even know if there's
That's in
billboards.
SoCal, but yeah, it goes up this way, but yeah. We
I
get
don't know.
it.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't know. It's just I'm lumping y'all together like Winnipeg's Toronto. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Hey, do you know Tino? He's from Toronto.
So what I'm going to show you here, my friends, is my strategies that I've been using daily to build my personal brand while still delivering real estate content. And this is like, I got a picture of this in my office that just sits, little Scotch tape, put it up. So we talk about one-to-one. Video one-to-one is probably the videos that don't get seen, but are the ones that are the most impactful. And guess what? They're not always real estate related. Okay. Then we have one to sphere, which I'm going to show and talk about, then interest locations, and then to our industry. This whole strategy here is filled with surprise and delight moments. And if you take nothing else away from this, these are the next 4 or 5 slides that you have to take away. This is the gold. Okay. Now, if I can get it to switch screens. So right off the hop, I got to see what I got written here. One-to-one. Let's build those relationships. So often one-to-one. How do I deliver one-to-one? Through text video, through email video. Bomb is something I do. And I love surprise and delight moments.
Hey, Ann, how you doing? You know what? I'm sending in this message to you. Well, a little late. But you know what? When late messages like these roll in, they're kind of like surprise and delight moments, I hope. So happy belated birthday, Ann Jones. I hope your day was wonderful. And you know what? If you're doing birthdays, how I kind of do birthdays is kind of like a birthday week. So make that magic happen. I'm sure you're being spoiled by Dave and the kiddos and all your families and friends. And I'm excited to see what your next lap around the sun has in store for you. Anyways, much love from the Peters posse. I'm out here in the sun grilling. Finally, we got some warm weather with no snow, no rain. Yes. So all is good here. Hope you're well and happy birthday again. We'll see ya.
These are the best types of surprise and delight moments. I'm not even talking about real estate. Okay, Ann Jones is another broker owner up in Tacoma, Washington. She's my friend. Guess what? I knew it was her birthday because social media told me. Facebook told me. I utilize that data on birthdays, on anniversaries, on reminders, and I simply take, record, and send it off via DM on Instagram, Messenger, or text. That's the power that social can do. We do not need a phone number anymore. You don't even need emails anymore. Okay. Surprise and delight moments. Oh my gosh, a realtor thought of me beyond real estate. And it resonates a bit this morning with the talk that we had, being thankful. Who are we appreciative of? What is going on? I really think starting your day with 5 video messages in your first hour fills your soul, fills their soul. And most times they're replying right away with, oh my goodness, thank you so much. So you have impacted them. You have inspired them. And I think we can all do that. Imagine starting your day with sharing a smile through the power of video. It's one thing to text. Everyone gets it now, little thumbs up. It's one thing to send an email or a phone call, but give them something on video that they can see. And I don't even care what I look like. I got a big zit in my forehead there and unbuttoned dress shirt with a collar that's not even on point. I didn't care. I want to connect with my friend and say, sorry, I'm a day late, but happy I'm thinking of you. What sort of messages can you send out? Our next one here is scaling your interactions with your sphere. And filled in with your sphere are always buyers, always sellers, always prospects, right? And this is the idea of creating content that can relate to each one of them, right? And this is something that where I utilize my listing videos. I do send them out to buyers and sellers, okay? I do address, I do market updates. I do all that goodness. I don't think we need to see the video there, but I think you get the idea.
What is good, my friends?
Right? Be mindful of my time here, but here's the next thing. This is beyond the real estate. So now you have you can be discovered, enable discovery to go beyond your sphere, beyond the people that know you, right? And how do we do this? We focus on your interests. We focus on your communities that you want to be in. And we've talked about this before. The last couple of times we've interacted. What are the great places in your community, right? Putting them on blast because you understand that you can be a connector by utilizing the power of video. What are your favorite shops? What are the schools? What's your favorite daycares? What's your favorite Taekwondo place? What are these reasons? Taking those tools and highlighting your communities. And it doesn't even have to be anything polished. It's you on the sidewalk. It's you, driving by in between appointments, talking about something exciting. Right? And then you begin to become that mayor of that neighborhood because you know everything and you're building know, like, and trust. The other cool thing that I think is really important is sharing your interests as you kind of weave through that. Okay, Jesse, why are you showing your 5 favorite donut shops in your city? Guess what? I like donuts. Guess what? I like supporting local. Guess what? You're also learning about me, my personal brand, while helping advertise someone else. Okay, I'll give you an example here. Yeah, that's bingo.
How you doing? We are on day 9 of my 30 favorite places and things to do in Winnipeg. We are rolling into Wall Street Slice today, and this heavenly pizza shop in the west end of Winnipeg here, offering New York style pizza. I had to go in and check it out and was blown away, not only by the cool, funky environment that is just beyond these windows, but by the deliciousness of their slices and the creativity of their toppings.
So, like, the moment you hear me say heavenly slices, you know I'm a pizza guy. Okay.
No, when you say deliciousness.
Deliciousness. That's a word, is it not? NESS, deliciousness. That's Jesse lingo. But here's the thing. I got to get something to eat. Boom. You're going to your favorite places most of the time. Highlight it, talk about it, share it, have some fun with it. And once you get some editing skills, you saw Drake jump in there. Let's go. I highlighted their Insta profile. You know who's thankful of that too? Wall Street Slices. And we're going to talk about the strategy and mindset that comes with that in a short second here. Now, the biggest thing I think I was surprised and delighted by myself was how creating all this content for my sellers, for my buyers, for my city, because I love to, has put me on spotlight in the industry. And not just like a little splash in the frying pan, like, hey, he was hot for about a minute. No, man, it's 8 years of this now. Creating content, guess who watches it? You guys do. Besides our buyers and sellers, right? You guys do. To be inspired by other ideas. And I don't know how many other my 30 favorite places in 30 days have shown up in the last few years, but it starts by being inspired, right? And here's the great thing. We can all benefit from this when we talk about money through referrals. The more content I create, the more you get to know me. All of a sudden you're like, holy crow, I got someone moving from the Bay Area up to the Peg. Who is going to help them? Guess what? I know a guy in the Peg. It's Jesse. Or maybe I know 4 people in the Peg and I know their different personalities. And oh, they've created content I can now filter through. Here's who's going to line up best. Here's this is going to be smooth for my clients. It's Amber, it's Jesse, it's a lot of whoever it is. But you don't have that opportunity if you're not putting yourself out there. And all of this happens just by hitting record, just by trusting yourself to go. And now I have the opportunity to not only make referrals, but now I'm hanging out with Team Fast. I'm touring the world on something I never even thought would have happened ever. And none of this also would have ever happened if I didn't look after my soul. Right? So you see how it all stacks up one to the next? That's the mindset here that happens. I got a button that keeps sticking. This is brutal. This is the big thing. You got to have this. This is dope. I found this on Google. I did not make this triangle. Okay. It's called the triangle of trust, my friends. And the triangle of trust can relate to every single one of those 5 strategies, 4 strategies, one-to-one, to your sphere, to your community, to your industry. And I'll talk about it from a level to your businesses. Okay. So down low, bottom left corner, that's Jesse. Okay. Top corner is someone I'm highlighting. Let's talk about Wall Street Pizza. I put Wall Street Pizza on blast. We're connected. They know me. I know them. Well, guess what? Wall Street Pizza shares that video to their audience. Their audience is in the bottom right corner. They also trust Wall Street at the top. So now, if there's a level of trust between the audiences, okay, well, if Wall Street just shared Jesse and I follow Wall Street, well, maybe I should trust and follow Jesse because we have like-minded commonalities there. Don't even know if that's a word. But that's how you now begin building your audience, begin going to the next level, begin having your followers, begin being like, hey, being spotted on the street. Now, if you take that on every single level, doing a listing video, holy crow, Jesse did that for Susan's house. Well, I'm friends with Susan. I'm going to watch this. Jesse asked Susan to share it. Now I like Susan, so I'm going to share it. Now I'm going to follow Jesse. Think about every level. What is the reason and who is it serving? It's not about you. It's about helping others and connecting. Plain and simple. I'm running up on 11:15 here. I was going to show you some other slides. But there's a couple things that I think we don't even need slides right now. Okay. But I am going to jump ahead for a second here. What's the slide I want to use? I think I want to go. Everyone just close your eyes so you don't need to see all the slides. Here's something right here. Okay, you can open your eyes. Social burnout. This shit happens. This is real. It taps in with mental health. It taps in with the pressures of society, what we're doing, how we're checking in. You have to remember that there's a lot of energies that go through social. There's a lot of opinions that go through social. There's a lot of algorithms that go through social. But just remember how we are affected by joy and happiness and edutainment and education. We often smile when we see those things. So imagine your role when you share those similar emotions, similar strategies and mindsets to other people, and they start engaging with your positive, educating, entertainment messages. They smile, they're surprised, delighted. Guess what changes? Their algorithms, your social algorithms, your daily life algorithms. And it has the opportunity to become less toxic. And we've felt it all in the last 2 years, especially. We can use social in a way to champion so many other great causes, so many other joyful emotions, but it starts with you. My feed is more positive because I interact with positivity and I put it out there. If you are burnt out, being like, oh my gosh, it's all negative all the time and everything that I see online, you can control that by what you interact with and also what you help create for others. I just want you to think about that because that's a mindset. Now, Close your eyes again. All right, we're good. Open them up. When you see the word legacy, what do you think of?
My children.
Statues and museums named after you. But like, what is it? Right? And what I want people to understand is, or think about, what if your grandpa had the opportunity 50 years ago to have a video camera in his hand when he was 15, when he was 20? Do you think he would have used it? Do you think grandma would have used it? Probably.
Yeah.
Right? Now I want you to think about this. How much would you pay to hear your grandma's voice when she was 22? How much would you pay or appreciate to see major life moments caught on camera that aren't those global moments, but the stuff that happened in your little neighborhood? When your street was force built, or to see the process of your great-great-grandparents' house being built the way we do now. Guess what? There's going to be 10 more generations after us that are going to want to know about great Elias. They're going to want to know about great Uncle Jesse and what he was up to. We have the opportunity to document our history, our personal history, with this right here. And it's not always about recording happy birthday songs. It's about turning the camera on when you see your parents playing with your kids. It's about sharing those moments of struggle and victories and wins and thoughts and humor and laughing, and capturing it all on camera. Now, not everything has to be posted on social, but guess what? This catalog is going to be algorithmed and passed along to my family. I want my grandkids to see what Jesse was doing when he was 42. I want my grandkids to see what Jesse was up to when he was 33. I want them to see the growth. I want to capture this for them. I am creating my own video time capsule. Are you? And now, if you look at those hands there, the legacy, guess what? Not everyone's hands gets to be old and wrinkled. Take advantage of the opportunities and the experiences that we feel, see, and help every single day, and do your best to capture them. And your gut will tell you when to share it, when to create it to inspire others, but also know that what we do today will affect future generations. I've got a book here, a memoir. This is my grandpa's memoir. He's still alive. My cousin wrote it for him. What I wouldn't give to have his memoir on this device. You have those opportunities. And I know it's going a little deep, but hey, that's the Jess journey. That's how I roll. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time.
Woo! You guys, Jesse, if you want to stop sharing your screen, I'm filled with emotion, and I think that you guys are too. It's hard not to be, right? And Jesse, a couple of things that you said that really resonated with me is, when you started out this conversation, it was, what is my imprint on society? And I'm not just a realtor. I'm not just somebody that sells a shit ton of homes. Like, I'm truly a human connector. And I believe that there's some commonality with you and I. I think that's why you and I have become friends. The surprise and delight moments. I love this. I love when you created that video. You mentioned Dave, the kiddos, the lap around the sun, and hopefully it's the best year ever. And this video time capsule. And hopefully that you guys have heard this from me. You've heard this from Kenny, but we wanted you to hear it from somebody that is doing this and hear his vantage point on this, because it's not about just document your real estate journey. I love this. Create your personal history and document your personal history. So someone could go back, and my son can look in and be like, I thought about this, man. I know it's morbid, but like, man, if I perished today, like my son would be able to go back and, man, my dad said this, or my dad did that, or that was cool. And I could always hear daddy's voice, man. So dude, that really hit home for me, man. Really, really hit home. So I know you have to leave in a couple
I got 10
minutes.
minutes. We're good.
But I want to hear from you guys. Like, where are your thoughts at? What are some of your takeaways? What were some of your moments that really, really opened up your eyes or opened up your heart? And maybe it makes you and helps you look at creating content in a different way. You don't have to create content. You get to share your experience with the world, and then you get people to see who you are before they even get to meet you. I knew who Jesse was when he walked up the stairs on this boat that we were all like, my man. He's like, what's up? We took a picture. We hit it off like instantly, because I had already known who he was because of his videos. So I want to hear from you guys. Let's turn the mic over to you guys. What are your thoughts? What are your insights? What are your takeaways? So anybody, Teresa, let's go to you, and then put your hands up on the screen using the reaction button so I can get to you. Teresa.
This was very helpful for me, Jesse, because I am one of those people who don't use social media in that form. And so I'm pushing myself daily. And so now I'm starting to get responses back from people wanting, like, what are you doing? You're doing too much, and so I'm trying to handle that by telling myself, this is my vision. They don't have to see my vision and understand why I have to post to social media every day. But this really helped put things in perspective for me. And I'm gonna continue to post social media. I'm starting with silly stuff because I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm building towards bettering myself through this social media. And I've been studying some of these contributors, and they're not doing anything special that I can't do, is what I have to tell myself every single day. It's like, they're not doing anything, they're eating, most of them, Yeah, but what I have noticed is, since I've been posting more to social media, I'm getting a lot of people that wants to friend me. They're sending friend requests, like tons of friend requests are coming in. I'm even communicating with people that I'm remixing their stuff. And so they're reaching out to me. So it's a funny thing if you just really kind of like let yourself go and dive into it. So thank you. I really appreciate hearing that from you today.
You're welcome.
Let's give Teresa some love, because she's never created content. And in the last couple of weeks, she's creating content every day, and it wasn't something that she ever did. And for the people that say you're doing too much, then don't watch, because I'm doing so much, because I want my grandbabies and my family to go back and see the legacy that I created, and we have the ability to document everything. So Teresa, do you, and this to anybody else that doesn't get it. Cynthia Peterson, let's go to you, and then we'll go to Kwanzaa.
I'm so grateful that you are here today, Jesse. Thank you so much. We asked our boot campers to be here today, and I'm so glad to see that there was like over 100 participants, and it's all because of you. And I was ferociously writing down notes, and the biggest takeaway for me was take action daily. This isn't something that you do every so often. This is just a part of your life. And that's something that I think that we can all really integrate is, it's not something that, we do a sitcom show once a week. No, it's just trickling in these little life moments that feel right for us, not necessarily the big crowds. And something that I actually didn't expect to take away is you gave me all the feels about like, the legacy and honestly sobriety. Like hearing you say that you're sober too, and I know Elias is sober, and so many of the people that I look up to are. I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? So, right? Yeah. So thank you so much for being here, Jesse. And I hope that maybe we can get these slides so that my pen can stop being on flames.
Yeah, I can definitely get that over to Elias, and we can go from there. Now, there is one thing in regards to feeling the pressure of having to create social every day. Like, it doesn't have to be big. It can be smaller little tidbits, little snippets. But guess what, though? Every great TV show has a rerun, right? They also take summers off. I think it's also okay when you are feeling overwhelmed to step back for a couple days and take a little mental break as well. That is something that I've learned along the way from social burnout. Right? I look at my I'm the TV show and I got a whole bunch of different characters. How am I going to last 20 seasons? Well, it's not always about me. I go into reruns, right? And I also take the break to get recharged for the next season. So just know that that is an additional mindset to help you through this.
I love that. Absolutely love that. Let's go to two other people. And I want to encourage you guys to make sure that your notes are super, super active. When you're driving in your car, when you're in the sauna, when you're on the elliptical and you're like, man, that would be a cool idea for a video. Or I watched one of Cynthia's videos, like, oh, I could recreate that in a different way. Like, write those down and then come back to them in a time where you're in an environment to create. Let's go Kwanzo, and then we'll end up with Otis, and we'll come full circle. So Kwanzo.
Hey, Jesse, really appreciate you being on here, brother. Dude, this was very powerful. I ain't gonna lie, because like I was like knocking on some emails and doing this, and I had to completely fully stop and just really pay attention to what you were saying, because the reframing of I mean, this was a huge reframe for me, because for me the biggest challenge with social media is like, oh man, I got to keep up with this, so just so that I can, people can see what I'm doing is marketing. And yes, the social burnout is definitely real. And what you touched on is really powerful about the legacy, because when I take notes, I take copious notes on everything I do, from like when I was trading to real estate. In the back of my mind, it was always like, I'm keeping this, I'm not only doing this for myself, I'm doing this so that one day my kids are going to look at this. I'm getting emotional talking about it, and then they can see and then maybe pick up something from it. So that reframing, and it really kind of like re-energized and give me a different reason why to do this, right? It's not really about other people. It's like, okay, I'm doing this for a greater purpose of doing this to leave that legacy for my kids. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do moving forward, but that was a very powerful reframing of the story that's going to, really lead to actions. I really appreciate that.
I love
Right
this.
on, man.
Let's go to one more person, Otis, and then we'll come full circle and wrap up the meeting.
Sorry, guys. I'm always camera ready, but I'm going like 25, 30 to the office right now. So I want to focus on what's in front of me. But Jesse, great gems. Thank you so much. As a content creator myself, you got some really good gems in there. But I took away from the legacy part and, creating these memories. And I think a lot of people that are frustrated or scared to do it because they have that notion that it has to be perfect. It has to be like 4K red cam shot or something like that. But that's completely false. I think that anything that you do, you create content. Like when you're taking selfies or you're at the office working, that's content right there. So, you're already doing it. So it's just about, taking slow steps to be better. On the legacy part, people that have been following me, I've been going through a lot of turmoil in my life with losing a lot of family members at a very rapid rate in a short period of time. And yesterday, as I'm sitting in my cousin's funeral, I lived in the moment, because I'm listening to fanatical prospecting and changing these habits. I sat there, I made my peace with my cousin. I know to be a top producer, you kind of have to have ice in your veins. So I was still focused on real estate, and I was using real estate verbiage. And I talked about my cousin's UVP. And it was the fact that he always cooked for us, he fed for us, and he was that cousin and that person that would come to you in your time of need. And I'm so glad that we have videos to have his voice. I lost my brother 9 years ago. I'm glad I have one video where I can hear his voice. I'm saying this because I have a son now that's 1 year old, and having this phobia of death being around me, I want to leave traces from my son to be able to hear me, like Elias was saying, to know that his dad was somebody and made an impact in this world. And I'm so thankful for Team Fast for getting my ass in shape in boot camp to be that top % person that I want to be. So I want to leave these gems to my son so he can always see me. You're immortal when you're on video. You know, pictures are memories, but video lasts forever because it shows your character, it shows who you are. And pictures, you can't do that, but with video you can. So don't be afraid to leave those memories and leave that legacy.
That's right, man. I love it. And once again, you know, condolences to you and to your family. You guys, we do have to wrap up. Kenny and I have another meeting, so is Cynthia and Eric. But I don't want you guys to come to these sessions, and I'll say this and I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. I don't want you to be just inspired, because motivation and inspiration is the moment, and that moment is fleeting. What I want you guys to do is be motivated and excited enough and stoked enough and motivated in life and inspired to take action, right? Like, how can I go about my day? I don't care if you're eating noodles. I don't care if you're showing, I don't care if you just heard your son sing the ABCs and then at the end, instead of saying Z, he says chicken. It's funny. It's my life. It's my story. So go and be the star of your own movie today and create that. Take yourself outside of your comfort zone, like Teresa's doing and many of you are doing, and go out there and create. Let's send Jesse some love, some light, some positive energy. Jesse, I think we should do these sessions more often. Let's have like this stream of consciousness, because he's a fun dude, but I know that he operates out of a stream of consciousness. So Jesse, full send on the gratitude. I appreciate you, my brother. And you guys, I've seen you once in person. We were best friends.
Elias, what's the IG? What's his IG?
At Mr. Social
At
Savvy.
Mr. Social
I'll
Savvy.
punch it in here.
Okay, easy money. All right, got it. Thank you.
All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. Nias, I'll connect with you in just a little bit here, but go out there, leave your legacy, and call someone or send somebody a video that and tell them you love them. One of you or 5 of you are going to receive a video from me today. So who's it?
Hey, gang,
have a wonderful day. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Hey, don't end it yet.